Good afternoon. Your trip is just around the corner, so let's go over that itinerary together. We've made so many changes since the time we booked, and there's so many details. So I want you to be as prepared as possible. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll go through the PDF together and jot down any questions you may have, and we will make sure everything is in order for you. So, as always, the roster is first. This is what we share with all of the lodges, all of the guides, so they're aware of all of your needs and preferences. And then right below requirements. So, we needed that visa. I know it drove you crazy. I don't understand why government websites are so hard, but I hope that you will see the visa come through within the 48 hours. And then there are no vaccinations required for your trip. Yellow fever is recommended, but not required, and nothing else. But I left you all the links there. You can read through CDC. And then, of course, the waiver, which is for every trip. You have a link here and in your email that you can fill out. And then you have our contact details. So you always have my contact, and please download WhatsApp because that is the website that you can contact me through, or the app that you can contact me through when you have Wi-Fi. So at every lodge, sometimes you don't have signal, sometimes texts do not go through, but WhatsApp is very reliable. And we're going to also have a WhatsApp group chat. So you have me on there. I have Don on there, which is our emergency 24-hour person, Elena, which is the manager in Kenya. So we have a whole team that's behind the scenes. And if you need to reach us, you can surely do that. But I suggest WhatsApp because every other website is kind of giving us trouble. So let's go through the itinerary. August 3rd, you're going to take your overnight flight. So Orlando, Chicago, Doha, and finally from Doha to Nairobi. And you arrive on August 4th in the evening, 11:50. So once you arrive and get off the flight, start looking for our team member. He will have a sign right in the terminal. So before you get to customs, before you get to your luggage, we have our immigration fast track rep that's going to meet you, and he will escort you through the customs line without waiting in line. He will escort you to your luggage so we can find it. And once everything is in order, you have your stamps, you have your bags, he will walk you right to the door where our driver guide is waiting for you. And he will also have a sign so that we'll be able to find each other. They have each other's phone numbers, and then take you to the Karen Blixen cottages for the evening. So all of that is probably going to take a good 30 to 40 minutes. So you can get some good night's sleep at the hotel. And then the next morning after breakfast, we will meet you at 10 in the morning to start seeing some of Nairobi. So in Nairobi, we have a few things planned for you. The Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, which is so special. It is an orphanage of elephants and a rhino, and there's all kinds of different things happening there. There's different times that you can enter. So your entrance fee is at 11. So the guide will pick you up at 10. Make sure you get there in time, and then you can enjoy the experience. It's like a public experience. There's going to be other people at 11 o'clock. They probably it's open to maybe 100 people, but it's a massive space, and then they bring out all the babies, and it's just such a beautiful experience, and you learn all about it. And then you're going to go to Karen Blixen Museum, which is famous here. You're going to have lunch, which we have arranged for you. The guide will have all the details, what time and things like that, because we're kind of going to go at your pace, but there are some things that need to have that special entrance time. And then afterwards, we're going to go to the Nairobi National Museum. And at the end, you requested a stop at the Fairlawn Hotel. So if you want to have drinks there, if you want to go have a dinner there, the guide will be waiting with the car until you're ready to go back to your hotel. So the guide is hired for the day of the touring for you. And that is our Nairobi. And then we go to Old Pajata Conservancy, which is our first safari. And we're going to be there for 3 nights. So we wake up in the morning, we check out of Nairobi, and we go to the sanctuary Tambarara camp. It is about between 4 and 5 hour drive. So it's probably going to be the longest drive you're going to have on this whole trip. And then once you get there, everything is included. All your meals are included, your game drives are included, and we added a few extra things. So you're going to check into your luxury camp. This is a tented camp, but by no means you will not be roughing it here. And you're going to have, besides the game drives, we have arranged the endangered species enclosure entrance for you so you can see the northern white rhinos. And then on August 8th, you have a night game drive, which is a little bit different than, obviously the game drives. So lots to see and do here. This park has access to so many other things. So during your downtime, during your free afternoons between, like sometimes you can choose a full day game drive and sometimes you can choose morning and evening, which I suggest you alternate so that you can have lunch in the lodge one of the days. And if you have lunch in the lodge, you will have free time and you can experience some of the other things that they offer there. And then August 9th, we're going to go to our rustic adventure. So this is when we were going to be hiking. Remember when we switched from hiking to something else that's unique, that's rustic, that's very Kenya. And we're going to go to the Matthews Mountain Range. So this is a very special place. Not a lot of people go here. We're very excited that you're going here because it is so unique. And the road here, so Elena, who is the manager in our Nairobi office, she actually went maybe 2 months ago just to inspect it. And the road after the rainy season was quite rough. So that's why we upgraded you to the charter. That way you're flying to the mountain range, you're avoiding all the rough roads, and of course, you're not sitting in a car for hours and hours. So this is very exciting. And that way you can fly over it and see the jungle and really get to see this part of the country. Once you're in Kichi camp, you're going to check in, you have your own tent, all of the services are there, the amenities are all there, but it is remote, it is rustic, there is no phone service. They have Wi-Fi, so that's why I say download that WhatsApp because it will work with Wi-Fi, but your phone may not work for calling out. So Wi-Fi, I mean, WhatsApp allows you to call. There is no plumbing per se, but of course there's a bathroom and there's water and everything. They do buckets. So anytime you want to take a shower, they will fill your bathroom with water and you'll be able to take a shower. And you can do that, 10 times a day if you choose to. So it is a very unique experience, similar to something you would experience if you were camping and hiking, but this is coming with a whole staff, a beautiful chef for meals, and of course, this location on all the activities. So we're going to be in this area for 3 nights. And the whole reason and I put all this information on here, you can read through it. This is directly from the camp owner. Once you're at Matthews Range, we have camels here. We have soft hiking. We have lagoons to go swimming in. We have a fly camping location where if you choose to, which I suggest you do, and we've put it on the itinerary for you, you can go to the campsite and actually camp with the crew and a whole team from Kichi on their property, but in an even more remote and rustic location. But lots and lots of experiences here. This is in Samburu country. This is going to be all with the warriors. So that's exciting because you can do this soft hike with the camels, with the warriors, and just really see something that not a lot of people see when they come to Kenya. So I'm very excited to hear all about your adventures. Please know we will be on call. There's so many people who will be at the camp taking care of the two of you and making sure you have a beautiful experience. And so that was your 3 nights at Matthews Range. After that, charter flight, and we go to Masai Mara. We go to Hemingway's, which is a beautiful camp, back to being spoiled and in a luxury camp. And same concept. We're in Masai Mara because we're here for game driving. Game driving is not something you're going to be doing in Matthews Range, which is really nice because you're going to have game driving, then you go to Matthews Range for soft hiking, lots of walking. You'll be able to be safely walking with the team, and then back to Masai Mara where we're going to be back in a vehicle and game drive. Of course, this is where we're going to celebrate Michael's birthday. And Masai Mara is cat country, elephant country. There's just so much wildlife here. And this is August. This is when there's a lot of migration activity. There's a lot of wildlife activity. So you will be able to enjoy all of that with your private vehicle and driver guide. After Masai Mara, we fly back to Nairobi again on a small flight. So I put it on here under every flight because this is really important. Those small flights do not allow hard suitcases, and you're allowed 33 pounds per person. So once you're packing, start doing that maybe today. Start seeing what you're going to be bringing to see where you are in the weight. If your bags are overweight, if you need to include another bag, we can speak to the charter companies about purchasing another seat, which will allow you extra weight. But if the flight is sold out, then we won't be able to do that on the spot. So I need to know ahead of time if you have more than 33 pounds of luggage. But please know that laundry is available throughout the lodges. They will do your laundry every day so you can have fresh clothing for your safaris. So don't overpack. You don't need a lot on these trips. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need any fancy shoes. You need good walking shoes, and that's key. Once we arrive back to Nairobi, your flight home is not until 6 p.m. So we've arranged an airport hotel room so you can freshen up, take a little nap, and probably about 3 o'clock, we're going to pick you up and take you back to the terminal so you can catch your 6 p.m. flight home, Nairobi, Doha, Doha, Miami, Miami, Orlando. And that's the itinerary. Below the itinerary, my operations team put together some information for you, like we always do for every trip, so you can read through it. Important things is currency in Kenya is the shilling. You won't need to switch money. Maybe for that first day in Nairobi, if you want to go spend some local money somewhere, but really US dollars are accepted everywhere, and most of your services are already included. So tipping is probably the only thing you're going to need cash for. Credit cards are accepted at all the lodges. So if you run a tab for maybe some high premium liquor that is not included in their regular drink package, then you can pay it with a credit card, but cash for tipping is probably best. And you would only tip one time at checkout. You don't tip to the hand to the guides on Safari. You tip only at checkout. And you can do that, at the front desk. And they usually split the tip amongst the whole team. So although I put my own suggestions, we usually tip $10 per person per day. For the guides, the lodges will also have little notes in your room with suggestions of what they recommend or how many people are on the crew and things like that. Electricity type G, so make sure you see which converter you have. And remember that voltage in Kenya is 240. We have 110 here in the States. So your hair dryer, your some electronics will not work there, will get fried if you plug them in. So either leave them at home or bring an adapter that will use them. In Key Teach Camp, hair dryers are not allowed because they take too much electricity. Luggage, I sent you all of that, or I've mentioned it. I even put a picture on here. Hard luggage, not allowed. These are all sorts of soft luggages that are allowed with 33 pounds each. And then Anna here put together a list of how to pack, how to dress, what you need. You will need to pack for safari two different concepts. For the hot of the day, shorts, short sleeves, hats, sunscreen, and for the cool evenings and mornings, long sleeves, mosquito repellent, things like that. So pack kind of in that kind of concept, but closed-toe shoes for sure all the time, maybe some flip-flops when you're going to go swimming. So I'm going to stop sharing now, go through this all. Let me know if any questions pop up. We have plenty of time still before your departure in August. I'm so excited for this adventure for you all on your birthday. Let me know how it goes and happy travels.